The Ministry of ICT and National Guidance convened the Regional Stakeholder Consultative Meeting on May 23, 2024 at Adit Mall in Mbarara City. The primary objective of this meeting was to gather valuable insights and feedback to comprehensively review and develop an effective BPO business process outsourcing strategy. This strategy aims to align with the unique needs of diverse stakeholders, fostering a robust BPO ecosystem that drives economic growth and creates employment opportunities for the youth. The meeting commenced with welcoming remarks from Mr. Christopher Yiki, a senior ICT officer from the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, who represented the Assistant Commissioner. He set the stage by highlighting the importance of collaboration and stakeholder engagement in shaping a successful BPO strategy.
I thank you all for honoring our invitation to this regional awareness and sensitization workshop to contribute and share ideas that shape and change the face of BPO in Uganda. Sincere gratitude to the BPO and Innovation Council, the ministry technical team, and the support team for organizing this sensitization session on BPO. The government of Uganda has embarked on an initiative to develop the BPO sector in Uganda as one of the significant areas to be exploited for addressing the issue of unemployment among the youth. In conclusion, we look forward to having a fruitful deliberation as we work together towards the BPO industry in Uganda. I therefore welcome all of you to this open forum for God and my country. Thank you.
Following Mr. Christopher Yiki, Mr. Robert Kanusu, the Deputy RCC of Mbarara City South, delivered his remarks emphasizing the local government's commitment to supporting ICT initiatives that spur regional development.
ICT is really an important thing. I have not really got the whole gist of this whole training, but from the commissioner's few remarks, I was able to pick general knowledge about why we are here. And the topic is not very new. I know that science and technology, there's that generation which we are now moving from. We are truncating from the generation where we used to hear science and technology and everyone would get scared. Now it is a common vocabulary in every household. I've always asked myself, how equipped are these young men who are going to work in the developed countries? Yes, those people need maids and helpers in their homes. But how prepared is Uganda? Exports, the people we are exporting, that labor externalization, are we preparing them to go and fit within those settings? I see many of them can't even sign for their passports. They have to bring an ink pad and enable them to put their thumbprints. Now when they get there, they are going to homes which are managed with AI additions. Now with those applications, our girls and boys remain at a big disadvantage. They are always clashing and conflicts develop with their bosses. And again you hear many crying, I'm mistreated, I'm doing this, I'm not being looked at as a human being. And yet the person who really imported this, bought this labor, expect them to be compliant with the technology and help to rescue some of the household chores which they are not able to do when they go for work. So this really is a problem. And this ministry, we appeal to you, come down and go down to the people who really need to understand the basics of science and technology. The framers of these cities, the initiators of the idea of creation of cities was to give a boost to these regions. And Mbarara is very ready. We are the model city. We are moving ahead of all the other new cities in the whole country. Take time, move around, and be your ambassadors that Mbarara needs more activities. We need to be busy. With those few remarks, allow me to declare the training and this conversation open. Thank you.
Mrs. Shirley Gladys Nashejwe, Senior IT officer at the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance then provided an introduction and offered a comprehensive overview of the BPO landscape in Uganda. Her presentation outlined the potential benefits and opportunities within the BPO sector.
So how BPO comes in is that these students do not have to leave their countries. The RCC was very worried about the labor exportation. So BPO does not advocate for labor exportation, but what it advocates for is for you to be within your, you can be at home, you can be within your environment, doing other things, but also adding value to another entity as well as improving your livelihood. So in basic terms, that is BPO. We can be here, some of us can be here. I don't know if we'll have any that will be bold enough to tell us that, as I am here in this engagement, I'm providing, software development for a company in maybe in Japan. Do we have any of us who are providing services outside our jurisdiction? But I'll go back to AIT. AIT TV is a media entity. But us contextualizing that in line with BPO would be like, okay, Ministry of ICT wanted to hold this stakeholder engagement. But media is a component that is also important, but it is not a key activity that Ministry of ICT would ideally provide, that AIT TV provides as an entity. So we reached out to AIT TV, come and do for us maybe live coverage or that. So that is also BPO.
Next, Engineer Irene Karunji, Senior ICT Infrastructure Engineer at the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, delved into the dynamics of BPO implementation. She discussed key aspects such as connectivity and stakeholder balance and provided relevant facts and figures. Engineer Irene Karunji also elaborated on the IT services market strategy related to BPO.
What is very important is working together. Several companies are really isolated. Some are struggling, they are not together. We have associations. We would encourage them to register with these associations, because how will we know where you are or the challenges you're facing unless you are together? So this is just a draft implementation structure or coordination structure that we came up with. We have the Ministry of ICT that would be working together with other ministries. For example, one core ministry that we'll be working with is the Ministry of Trade, Labor and Cooperatives. And then we envisage to have an implementing agent that will be reporting to the Ministry of ICT that is doing the oversight. This will basically come in to be a catalyst for coordination, because coordination is one gap that we really have. Then also it will come in to deliver technical expertise and establish monitoring, evaluation, and learning structures. It's important that BPO companies are always learning and improving so that they make themselves better and more competitive. We believe that this can be our starting structure that we believe that will work, and we look forward to hearing from you. The purpose of us coming to you as in Mbarara City is because there's a lot of business process outsourcing that is taking place. There are students that are coming from universities, and we really want to hear from you on how best to improve this strategy. Thank you very much.
Mr. Gideon, the CEO of ICTAU, shared his perspective and expertise on the BPO industry.
We need to come together as people in Mbarara and utilize BPO and KPO, those two, knowledge process outsourcing, which is part of BPO. Or else we shall say we attended a conference and they were training us about BPO and leave. I know the gentlemen have found there. I'll tell them that there are business opportunities in Kampala and they can do business for companies in Kampala. And I'm sure you must have done a website for a company in Kampala and they even didn't know. Haven't you? That is also BPO, doing it for business, a company in Kampala. But now we want to say, how do we, as the association, ask Ministry of ICT, we want to do business, we want to do BPO not just with Japan, We shall, now I want us to come together also like this and say we want to do it with South Sudan and DRC. Are we together? So I want us to stand up like this also soon and go there and say we want you to organize us, and we meet the Umma of DRC. We meet the Umma of, if that lady is able to get Japan, can she get for us DRC and South Sudan? And we do website for them when we are here. We do for them call center when we are here, because they don't know English very well. They speak, some of them speak Arabic. You understand? We need to also call the Ministry of ICT, but we must come together first as an association and as members in ICT.
The meeting concluded with a vibrant question and answer session, where stakeholders had the opportunity to seek further clarification and share their thoughts.
As we move forward, let us remember that the essence of BPO lies in its ability to drive growth, enhance efficiency, and create value, or otherwise this will never make any sense. It is a dynamic field that requires continuous learning, adaptability, and a forward-thinking mindset. The insights and strategies we've gained here will serve as a foundation for future success. I encourage you to all maintain the connections you have made during this workshop. These relationships are invaluable resources as we navigate the complexities of BPO in our professional endeavors. Let us continue to share knowledge, support one another, and strive to excellence in all our BPO initiatives. Conclusively, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our speakers, organizers, and each of you for your contribution to this workshop. Your dedication and enthusiasm have made it a truly memorable and impactful event. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing the great achievement that will undoubtedly arise from our time spent together. Travel safe, and until we meet again, let's keep pushing the boundaries of what we can achieve through business process outsourcing. Best of regards. I now call this workshop closed.